He was a winner in 2017 at the Native American Music Awards for his recording. What category and what was the project that got you this award, James?
Best traditional recording, and that was the winner for my album Before America. And it's all flute by itself. There's no additional music that accompanies any of the songs, and except for maybe some reverb, some echo effects in there. And yeah, I mean, playing flute got started from given a flute that was gifted to my dad back in like '97, and I started Valentine's Day, and it took me 3 days self-taught and about 20 minutes a day, and then I figured out the scale of the flute, how it kind of puts together different sounds, melodies, harmonies, and then got a few tips from some other players, and then some of my idols were like Carlos Nakai, one of the flute players from that band Red Thunder. They've been around for like 20 years as well, but yeah. And I used to listen to some of the not Robert True Cody, but Coyote Old Man. And when I was going to like college and stuff, I'd use their flute music to like do my homework, and it kind of put me in a vibe to finish my homework. And next I was like, that'd be cool if I could play some flutes like that. And 20 years later, an Emmy. And so yeah.
James, what if any parents or grandparents have a youngster who's into music and they were considering introducing them to the native flute? Where would they get one, or how does that work?
I have this one flute. It's a High Spirits. It's a Odell Borg. He's like the Walmart of flutes, if anything. You can purchase one of his flutes sight unseen. There's other flute makers out there. They can range anywhere from $50 to $350 to $1,000 for a flute. But they even make plastic ones. You can use those to get someone started, because you have a $150 flute. Kids like to leave things laying on the floor, get stepped on. No more flute. But I mean, start them out with something simple, and I give free flute lessons, but you have to catch me somewhere and have that happen. I've gifted some flutes to my nephew. Flutes have been gifted to me by other flute makers. I've maybe paid for half of my flutes, and the other half have been gifted. Some flute makers, hey, can you play my flute? And I'll be like, sure, let's check it out. And I'll tell them what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then they come back and say, well, try this one. I listened to your specs, and I was like, yeah, that's how a flute should be made. And they say, here, it's yours. I'm like, cool.
So this afternoon we're going to be treated to a little sample of what you do. Where do you get the inspiration just before you get started? Like, how is this going to work now? What you're going to play? Is this something you've already prepared, or are you going to kind of freestyle it?
I'm all freestyle, man. I'm a jazz entrepreneur type player. I don't rehearse nothing. As far as rehearsing anything, the only song I have rehearsed is Taps. That's the Armed Force song, which is like 220 years old, and that's to honor the veterans for their sacrifices. But I was trying to do some Happy Birthday on flute, but I got burned out on it, and I think if I was to have something that's rehearsed every time, I probably wouldn't be playing flute 20 years up to now. I would have got bored with it. And that's what I hear about some of these artists. Motley Crue is one of them. They're burned out. They have to sing the same songs over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. I would get burned out on something like that. But me, I'm an impromptu performer. I feel like everything comes connected from my ancestors, my elders, the universe, and I tell people, this isn't my first time here on this planet. I've circled through, and I look at Kokopah, the Kokopelli, the symbol that adorns all the canyon walls in the Four Corners area. He came from the Mayas, the Incas, and when he got to the Hopi people welcomed him with open arms, and that's where he'd play his flutes, and he'd help with rain coming to irrigate the corn crops, the squash crops, and also create fertility for the people there to increase the tribe. And but everlasting. That's how I look at this. And now that we're, there was no awards 3,000 years ago for playing flute. Now we're here 2017 where, you get recognized for that type of thing. But, I just feel it from the heart. And some of these people, they say it's like a painting. You come to a painting, you have a canvas, it's blank. You got all these colors and you throw it together. Or like poetry, it's introduction, it's middle, it's end. And that's kind of where I create my melodies, my harmonies.
A little something from James Edmund Greeley just for us here on the Yakama Nation Reservation. Take it away, James. Incredible. Appreciate that, James. Thank you very much.
Yep. To all my relations, one love.
You're always welcome to stop by KYNR whenever you're in town.
Show.
Go see him tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Winter Lodge, Yakama Nation Cultural Center. They're having a Christmas sale
Market.
with Christmas market. A lot of vendors, baked goods.
For the next 3 weeks.
All right.
Weekends.
This is Yakama Nation Radio.
Damn, bro, you got down on that, bro. I was tired like that, man.
Word.
For real, bro. You got it.
Yep, 1490 KYNR, bro. Yep, keep it real for sure. Grammy winner 2017. Best Twist recording. We'll get the CD, $20. Be on sale if you want, $10. Bring it up.